All right, everyone, welcome back to Week 8 of the Family Beatdown Fantasy Football League Update Show. Pretty good week last week. Let's talk about our Notre Dame and USC matchup. Notre Dame played BYU, very tough team. I think you guys all watched that game. Ended up winning by just a point. Tremendous goal line stand at the end there. Notre Dame stays at number 5 in the BCS rankings. Next week, Notre Dame takes on Oklahoma. And I think it was you, Rick Menser, that mentioned back in August the strength of schedule of Notre Dame. And it's just, they just keep on scheduling the big teams. They've got a good winning record against Oklahoma, but that's a good team, a passing team like Notre Dame hasn't seen this year. So it'll be interesting to see how that defense responds. But the big news in college football last week, the big news was USC ranked, moved up 2 points in the BCS rankings to number 9. Based on the great performance by Matt Barkley, the record-setting performance by Matt Barkley against Colorado, who threw for 6 TDs, setting a new Pac-12 career passing mark with over 100 TDs in his college career. So Matt Barkley putting his name on the record book. The Trojans take on Arizona next week. Always a tough matchup out in the desert. Arizona is not quite the team they've been in recent memory, but still a tough Pac-12 matchup. Again, all eyes are set for the November 24th matchup between Notre Dame and USC out here in Los Angeles. And I got to tell you, I feel an upset coming on. That's what I feel. Any rate, taking a look at the Family Beatdown League, I went 3-3 in my picks last week, flipping the old coin over here, but I stand 25-16 on the season at 61%, and that's better than flipping a coin. So there you have it. Taking a look at our league, man, before we go much further, fellas, we got bye weeks. We had a particularly horrible bye week last week when we had 6 teams on bye, but come on, some of you guys aren't even trying. Now, I'm not going to name names, but I will mention initials. Tyson James Bolden and Alex Thomas Bolden might want to invest a little bit of time in looking at their rosters from time to time. Any rate, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Our bye week this week coming up is only 4 teams. Buffalo, Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Houston all on bye this week. And our Thursday night game this coming week will be the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals out of Arizona. So a tough matchup there. All right, so let's look at our league. I outscored Alex by 100 points. The final was 173 to 74.8. So close to have that margin of victory over 100. But again, Alex didn't start a quarterback. He didn't start a wide receiver. He didn't start a kicker. I started everybody and did pretty well. 173 to 74.8. Gerard Invincibles also had left a running back spot open and a tight end spot open. I guess that's his strategy, but he did get 57 out of Aaron Rodgers, but not enough against the Rednecks. So move on to 4-2, 127 to 105.9. Show me them TDs. Beat up Bears 6. 123 to 108. Show me them TDs. Needed this win in the worst way to move to 2-4, and Bears 6 dropped to 2-4. In what looked to be one of our highest scoring game of the week, or it definitely is our highest combined score game of the week, Mama of 4 Boldens gets back on the good foot, now standing at 1-5. 1-5. Atta girl, Veronica. But 169 to 150.7 win over Danny Menser's Blood, Sweat, and Beer. Danny now stands at 2-4 on the season. Mighty Mullets in blue and gold in the game of futility, the Futility Bowl. 68.5 to 27.10 for Tyson. 27.10. Now, in fairness to Tyson, he only had one bye, which was Michael Vick, quarterback, and he didn't cover for him. So, that's obvious. But put that aside for a second. 10.9 from Antonio Brown, but then nobody else got above 2 points. I should take that back. Ray Rice got 5 points, and then nobody else got above 2 points for Mighty Mullets. Jake did cover all his buys, is managing the team, still only put up 68.5. So maybe there's, I don't know what's worse, is leaving your quarterback open or actually managing your team and managing to only score 68.5. But at any rate, boys, good job on covering for those buys. But in all seriousness, it does make the game more competitive. Playing against Alex, it was kind of foregone conclusion I was going to win. But even if you would have played, I guess it's a foregone conclusion I was going to win. Any rate, looking at Week 8, Girard Invincibles against Smell This. Both teams, or actually, let's take a look at our league roundup real quick. So, MudDawgs. Oh, right, we didn't talk about MudDawgs. MudDawgs. 160.9 over the Decepticons, 146.3. A valiant effort, Jed. I know you were down there putting hex upon Mr. Drew Brees there in Tampa Bay, but he ended up scorching you for something like 900 points. I mean, didn't he throw for 4 TDs down there? Let me pull that up real quick on the old computer monitor. 65 points for MudDawgs. 7-0 for MudDawgs, leading the league. All right, so our league overview shows MudDawgs leading the league, 7-0, whatever. Followed by Smell This at 6-1. Now, our top 6 from there goes the Rednecks at 5-2, the Decepticons at 4-3, Girard Invincibles at 3-4, and Show Me Them TDs at 3-4. Those would be your playoff teams in that order, with MudDawgs and Smell This getting the first round buys. Let's take a look at next week. As I mentioned, Girard Invincibles plays Smell This in our class game. Now, Girard Invincibles still has a couple of holes, as does Smell This. A.J. Green will be on bye, as Fred Jackson will as well. But Smell This will cover. Grandpa's out camping this week down at the Beaver Dam. So I'm going to take advantage of that, and I'm going to sneak up on him, and he's going to have holes in his roster, and I'm going to get the win. This isn't going to get you the playoffs, Dad. You got to pay attention. All right. MudDawgs, Mama Fort Boldens. Now, Veronica, you got the big momentum back. You got a nice lineup. You got Victor Cruz against Dallas. He'll go cha-cha crazy, or she could say, what is that, samba crazy. What is he doing there? I forget the name of that dance, but you know what I'm saying. But on paper, it's 85.9 against 152.96 for Rick. Drew Brees against Denver. He's projected to go 50 against Denver in Denver. So, oh my. Ooh, as much as I hate it, here's what I'm going to do, a little reverse psychology. I'm going to give the pick to Rick, because if he does end up winning, then it looks good on my picks. But my reverse psychology is when I pick Rick to win, really what I'm doing is I'm picking Rick to lose. See? Right there? I'm twisting that right there. I'm twisting the screws is what I'm doing. All right. Rednecks 5-2 against Show Me Them TDs. This is Dawn against against Rebecca. Rebecca needs to cover for Owen Daniels, but that's all right. Plus, I think he's kind of hurt. Eli takes on Dallas. Again, I'm looking for big points out of there. On the Redneck side of the ball, Andrew Luck against Tennessee. Marcus Kolsky against Denver. Adrian Peterson against Tampa Bay. But they are saying Adrian Peterson did miss practice this week, so keep an eye on him with that ankle injury. But as it stands right now, it's 133-110 in favor of the Rednecks. Because the Rednecks have a winning record and could be a formidable challenge for me in the playoffs, I'm going to do the reverse psychology. I'm going to turn in the screws here. I'm going to pick Show Me Them TDs. Decepticons against Blue and Gold. Jed against Jake. 4-3 Decepticons, 3-4 Blue and Gold. Nice matchups all the way across. Nobody's out on bye. You got your star players. Tom Brady against St. Louis. Randy Moss against Arizona. Marshawn Lynch against Detroit for Jed. For Jacob, Peyton Manning against New Orleans. Tough defense. Hakeem Nicks against Dallas. And Steven Jackson against New England. I am going to go with Decepticons on this one for no other reason than I think they got a better chance. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. And right, Bears 6 versus Beho Wreckers. Okay, so Beho Wreckers got 2 players on bye. Arian Foster, Torrey Smith. That means those 2 players won't get covered. Michael's got C.J. Spiller on bye. He's got a hole in his running back, so those 2 players won't get split. So we're balancing each other out. We're going to go at it 8 on 8. It's 85.2 to 92.2. I'm going to go with Beho Wreckers, and I'm going to be texting Alex starting Friday night, son, to tell you to check your roster. Actually, I should start you tomorrow night, because you've got a Thursday night game. And in our game of the week, Mighty Mullets 3-4 against Blood, Sweat, and Beer 2-5. Tyson needs to cover for Mr. Ray Rice and the Baltimore defense, but Michael Vick is back in action against his whole team, the Atlanta Falcons, down in Atlanta. Should be a nice homecoming. I'm sure they're glad to see him. Matthew Stafford, who got punished against Chicago Bears, will take on Seattle. That, too, is a tough defense, as my Green Bay Packers can attest. Excuse me. Steve Smith against Chicago and Frank Gore against Arizona. Right now, it's 129-73 in favor of Blood, Sweat, and Beer. I think Danny's just too tough this week, and I'm going to give her the pick. All right. Excuse me. One more time around the horn. Bye weeks this week are Buffalo, Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Houston. And Thursday night game is Tampa and Minnesota. San Francisco and Arizona is the Monday night game. So Tampa Bay and Minnesota's Thursday night game. Bye week, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Houston. That's it, everybody. Get your lineup set. No more leaving players open. Alex, Tyson, Grandpa, cover up those holes. Michael, let's go. All right, see ya. Bye.